Hey allies, Horizon Forbidden West is here and it's working remarkably well on the ROG Ally, and I will have a look at lossless scaling as well, but I actually think that it's not worth it on this title unless I'm just not getting something set right. But for the most part, I've been very happy with the settings that I'm running here. As you can see, it looks very clean, although we are only getting around 30 to 40 frames per second, and no matter what settings we run at, we do get some loading spikes. So running at 30 watt 1080p on the Ally itself, and then in Horizon Forbidden West have the resolution set to 1280 by 720 with no dynamic resolution scaling, no upscaling, so on TAA or anti-aliasing. And then in the graphics, start off with medium. Just don't do it while in game, because if you accidentally hit very high, it will crash to desktop. So from the graphics preset, set that to medium, and then we're going to tweak it a little bit by changing the texture filtering to trilinear, and then also take depth of field off, as well as radial blur and motion blur strength down to 0. Now, as we're moving around and even in town, we will hold just over 30 frames per second with the occasional load spike under 30, but it looks crystal clear, and it really shows if you look at Aloy's hair and all of the hair of our characters around. We don't have that horrible wiry fuzzy mess that FSR2 brings in, and we don't have any other input latency issues of upscaling with FSR either. Now if I go and turn on frame generation and integer scaling on the lossless scaling app, it does give a fair amount of frame increase. As you'll see here, if you look up in the top left, you can just about see the actual FPS that gives us from the lossless scaling app, but the base FPS does dip under 30 a little bit more regular. But according to frame generation, we are now over 60 frames per second and sitting in the 50 range for the most part. However, if you do scroll around a little bit quick, you get this strange fisheye type scenario, which can be a little bit off-putting. But if you do want that really smoothness and you don't mind that occasionally, then the lossless scaling app definitely does make things feel a little bit smoother. But having just RAS in game with that 720 no upscaling does look very clear as well. So let us know in the comments below if you have found better settings for the lossless scaling app, but I do find on the Ally screen with the variable refresh rate that 30 to 40 frames per second with the no upscaling is definitely my best way of playing this at the moment. Hopefully we'll get a few more patches to get a little bit more performance out of this, and we're definitely overdue some new AMD drivers from Asus to bring us yet another performance boost. So let us know in the comments below what you've been running and how you've been playing this one on the Ally. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next one.